have to be a fucking psychic or a crazy matchmaker to tell you that maybe that's not gonna work.
We are 2/3 of the way done with the perfect match at this point, and honestly, I'm kind of sad. I don't know why, but like, it's giving like late stage of Bachelor energy at this point where everyone's like really invested in every relationship. They are just a wreck at any given moment, and it's like not fun. It's not fun, but you know what? We're trying our best here, so let's get into this recap of episodes 6 through 8 of The Perfect Match. Today I tried to channel my inner Chloe with like big hair, red lips, very loud and vibrant. Maybe you're picking up on it, maybe you're not. So we last left off with Chloe and Shane matching from the boardroom because that's who Joey and Carlisle selected. They're really, I think I do appreciate about Joey and Carlisle, they're really big about making sure that couples are coupling, like really trying to find people who are wanting to match with the right person versus just like keeping things going. Shane from Love is Blind, who was left at the altar, and Chloe from The Circle and Too Hot to Handle do match, and I really do like them together, and I think it's really interesting to take two extroverts together. I don't really see enough about that energy. I start off really hopeful about that relationship, but ultimately it does not work. These are all spoiler reviews, by the way. I do not do spoiler free. Sorry, and that's not my vibe. It doesn't end up working because what happens in the next episode is that Francesca and Damien decide to bring in Chloe's ex from The Circle.
Boom, what's going on, Fairkers? I'm Mitchell from Circle Season 2.
We do ultimately learn that their relationship did not succeed because he felt very insecure about the fact that Chloe has been sexually active. Like, it's not explained very well that by the demise of the relationship happened for like 6 months at this point. So Chloe is very interested. They're both very interested in being back together.
Because I'm happy that you're in.
I'm happy you're here.
And Mitchell knows how to get Chloe.
Bought this shirt and I kind of like it.
The shirt was like, it's new, and Chloe's like, yeah, of course. And like, she's like, yeah, like you're tempting this girl at this point. Like, in this, and I don't think that's okay. They do end up recoupling, and Chloe tries to figure out how to break the news to Shane.
I need to close this chapter before I start this chapter.
Because Shane and her like are such a, I think they're a good match. Maybe not the best match, but honestly, other couples I think they're probably my top 3.
Don't waste my time.
It's not about wasting your time. It's about you putting your fucking heart on the line and you're afraid to do it.
I did already. I already did.
I know you did.
Shane has not had therapy since this season. Like, he does not have therapy since this season. And like, it just like, in my own personal opinion, I do not ever want to date someone who has not been to therapy in their life. You don't have to do it instantly, but you have to do it. And like, there was so many emotions that Shane has not processed. He's so insecure. He's so like lashes out immediately when he feels like he's not getting something. He's like, no, okay, you don't want me, fine, bye. And it's like, we can talk things out. Like, and that's why Chloe, when she was trying to figure out if she should pursue Mitchell or Shane, and the moment that Shane finds out this, but Mitchell tells him,
I mean, I know word's gonna get out and there might be other repercussions because of this, but I just want to be honest with you.
and I think Mitchell does it fully out of strategy versus anything else, about the fact that him and Chloe kissed. Shane's not having it. Finally, Chloe goes up to him and says like, hey, I just want to let you know that, you know, I'm still trying to figure things out because like Mitchell's my ex, we were like in love. And Shane's just like, and then like, boy, literally man-child. And ultimately, somehow, Mitchell does convince Chloe that he is invested in looking to be in a relationship with her.
Do you know what you want?
She just tried to press him, and she's just like, yeah, I need to understand that you're actually in this. And he's like, well,
Like, it's my first day in here. I want to go wild. I want to have fun.
but I was just like, you're still trying to play the field, and it's like so confusing to me. And it's like, what are you looking for? I think you reach to some point as an adult where you realize that yes, there is someone always you have fun with, there's someone exciting all the time, but like you're draining yourself. Like at some point, I think it becomes really fun to like the person and like to know the person. Like, I don't know, like that's just my personal opinion as someone who's in the dating scene, but hey. Ultimately, Mitchell says something that I'm really annoyed about because Chloe asks him point blank if he could actually see a relationship with her before she let Shane go home.
I just want to be honest, like, I'm not gonna prioritize somebody over my own goals.
And now suddenly he's like, you know, I don't see myself prioritizing a relationship over myself or wanting a relationship, period. And like, that's where we leave off on the Chloe Mitchell side. And it's just like, you know, we all try the best, but like, at the end of the day, the best we can do is believe what people tell us, okay? That's the best we can do. And like, I like to live in a world where I trust the other person and I'm not like resentful or angry. But then this shit happens, and then it's like, how can I not be bitter? How can I be upset when like I've asked someone if they want me in a relationship, they tell me that, but they're like, you know, actually tonight I'm just like not ready, and like, I don't know. And it's just like, you just don't have to be out there. It's not that complicated, but you make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. And like, just stop. Literally just fucking stop. Carlisle and Joy, Carousel, I don't keep saying Carlisle. Carousel and Joy, doing great, doing beautifully. Damian and Francesca were doing okay, but Francesca started feeling like there wasn't a big romantic connection. Like, she's like, yeah, things are fine, but it feels more friendly. And she's like, yeah, I don't really want it. So she actually ends up getting paired with Abby from 20-somethings Austin, which is a really cute show. I really liked it. It was very like much so like normal people. I think it's like the most normal people I've ever seen in a reality show, honestly, in like this day and age. I think Francesca feels equal to women but feels like superior to men. I think that's like the good way to explain it, because like she's like, yeah, men always think I'm hot, there's something to it, like, yeah, I'm attractive, that's all they care about. But with women, it's like, oh my gosh, she sees me pretty, she sees my personality. I think there's a lot more development to it. So I was like actually kind of happy about this pair. She does ultimately decide to pair with Abby over Damian. Damian now, who is like footloose and free, pairs with Inez, because she ends up like, her and Will aren't working because Will's very also strategic coming from the mole. He ends up pairing with Diamond from like Love is Blind. I'm just gonna start saying names here. It just, these last 2 episodes, everyone just keeps like getting thrown around. Diamond comes in and like her and Will are like hitting it off, but I'm not sure if I trust it at this point, because Colony, who I forgot to talk about, if you've been on TikTok, Colony, beautiful, gorgeous girl from Selling Sunset, she comes in. Dom does this whole thing where he does like, I don't want to say like black voice,
that I ain't afraid of no strong woman. Women run the world. You know?
but he sounds a lot more like stereotypically ethnic than normal, which I don't love just because she's black on the show. And I was like, maybe that's just a fluke. But then he did it again when he was a match with Diamond. And I'm like, why do you have a separate voice? But if you need to tell both women that they're beautiful, amazing, gorgeous, like lovely, strong black women, he's taken, is not for him. He's very upset that he keeps getting paired on dates. But I'm like, sir, you don't like Georgia. You like that she likes you and like she's there. And he hasn't been in a relationship for like 2 years since the last ex hasn't dated at all into this show. And I'm like, yeah, Dom is a soft boy. His name is Dom, but Dom is no Dom. I think that's what we need to take away from this like whole season at this point, because he is not the man that people think he is. And I think it's very hard having an exterior appearance very different than your internal feelings and emotions. He is very, very, very emotional. I have followed him on TikTok, his lives, he's very emotional. And Naz and Damian are pairing up because Francesca ends up going with Abby. I'm very happy that they explored that. I do want to see a lot more queer shows with people who are like gender fluid, bisexual, identify, like I just think it'd be a lot more interesting depths of a show to say like, how does the interpersonal relationship mix when people are like, when anyone's available, versus like, oh, it has to be men, it has to be women, like that's it. But we also do learn that Carousel is bisexual, and she asks Joey, she's like, how would you feel if your family learns that and bring it back home? He's like, oh, they're fine with that, I always joke about that. I don't love that he said joking about it, but I was like, okay, cool, I'm glad that I'm having a discussion about it. That's like pretty much where we end episode 8. Drama's kind of low on this episode. We have like Abby and Francesca together. We have Joey and Carousel, because like Joey asked Carousel to be his girlfriend. She's ecstatic about that. She's like, oh my gosh, taking years about it. And I'm like, I don't know why you've stayed so long, but you know, if it works out, it works out. You believed in it. And Naz and Damian says he's still very invested with Francesca, but Naz is like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. They kiss, and I'm just like, I think Naz should have been eliminated. I know everyone's like, oh, she should find her love, but I don't think this show's for her. But I think she should have been eliminated like week like day 3 or episode 3. I don't think she'd been on the show this long, because she would never like someone enough to be at the point to make them her match. And that's what we see in this episode, because she finally goes to Dom because Carousel's like, hey,
He might be your perfect match. Let's be honest. Dom said he was in love with Francesca, and is now all fucking happy with Georgia.
you know, I know you're not like too bad with Damien, but you're feeling feelings for Dom. You should tell him. And she's like, wait, should I tell Georgia? And Kara's like, no, don't do that. Just go to Dom. Just go to the store. And Nez does go to Dom, and Dom's like, oh, I wish you had told me earlier. She's like, I just didn't know. And I'm like, girl, you didn't know because it takes you time to develop that connection. When other people are talking about, yeah, I hook up like every week, but you're like, it's been like months for me. It's because, girl, it takes you time, and that's completely okay, you know? But this show isn't for you. It's not how you experience attraction. It's not how you develop attraction. I'm like, that's okay. Georgia's upset. We still haven't had like a recoupling yet, so we have no idea how the episode is going to end, who's going to be with who, you know? We don't know. And that's how we end episode 8. Okay, cool. This one's like nice and briefer. Like, I liked it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like I don't usually do episodes, like the whole recap of a whole season, because it's a lot more stressful, a lot like harder to get like the nuances of a show without you like watching it. But please let me know your comments down below. Do you like Perfect Match? Do you think this is a good addition to the shows we can expect from Netflix each year? I think maybe like once in a while, but I don't know if I love the format of the show. I don't feel like it's really authentic, because apparently I'm making like everyone back into the show, and I'm just like, in that case, just like put everyone in the show and just like let them pair up each week and just like see how things go, and people like leave on their own accord. I don't think it has to be a whole like matching system, because it's a self-selection process, and like, they all know of each other at this point, so I don't love that. Anyway, I'm Kaya Simone. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Love you.